Hey, Sussex Squad! Welcome back to Sussex Squad Chronicles. If you're here for all things Harry and Meghan, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into an insightful and moving conversation between James O'Brien and Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London.
What did you think of Oprah Winfrey's interview with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex?
It was heartbreaking, actually. You've got a family where there's a big rift. And some of the things that, Meghan and Harry said were quite distressing. But at the end of the day, I think it is possible to somebody who's, a fan of Her Majesty the Queen, somebody who thinks highly of, Charles and William, and also think highly of Harry and Meghan, and be, heartbroken that there is a family that's clearly, having real strains and struggles, as many families do.
He's clearly very bruised by the withdrawal of security. I just wondered whether or not the Met is still responsible for intelligence, as in analysing threats to him and his family.
I'm not aware about that.
Okay.
Because he's not in this country. But I'll make this point from personal experience, which is one of the reasons why I accepted police protection. I declined it for some time, was because of concerns put to me about the safety of my family when I'm with them, and my staff when I'm with them. And so I completely empathise with Harry's concerns about the safety of his wife and, at the moment, one child and children. It is really difficult when you're told by experts, because of either the job you're doing, or because of your ethnicity or religion, or because of the fact you're Prince Harry, you yourself and your family are at risk. And you can understand why you want to keep your family safe. And so when he was explaining during Oprah about the real time decisions he was having to take because of the withdrawal of protection in Canada, it was heartbreaking to watch, because I have complete empathy with that.
Have you ever had conversations about the potential skin colour of babies with one or two ethnic minority parents?
Never, no. And I've got members of my family who are mixed race, so it's beggars belief. I remember you and I may have had a conversation when somebody did a tweet about a photograph about what Prince Harry's child looked like last year. I don't want to go into that for obvious reasons, but and both of you and I were appalled by that and stuff. But it is something that I'm sure the royal family are looking into and stuff. And it is. I've made this point, by the way. I remember I've been to Grenfell many times, James, but I particularly remember going to Grenfell community in the days after Meghan had been there. And I got to tell you, she touched people's lives in ways nobody had. And I've also met, and I myself am a good example of somebody who talks about mental ill health, because Harry and William and others gave me the confidence to do so. So I think we're going to be a bit careful about assuming that because you think Her Majesty's wonderful and Charles and William is wonderful, you can't also think Harry and Meghan are wonderful. And it's not, this black and white stuff is not good in relation to, you either like somebody and hate the other person. It is really sad what's happened.
This exchange is packed with empathy, understanding, and some strong opinions about the media's treatment of Harry and Meghan. Let's break it down. In James O'Brien's interview with Sadiq Khan, they discussed the emotional and personal revelations from Harry and Meghan's Oprah interview, especially the shocking and heartbreaking moments that left many of us in disbelief. Sadiq Khan, who's been vocal about social justice issues, weighed in on the couple's struggles, sharing a perspective that's worth hearing. When James O'Brien asked Sadiq what he thought about the Oprah interview, Khan didn't hold back. He called it heartbreaking. And honestly, it's hard to disagree. The couple shared some deeply painful truths about their experience, from feeling abandoned by the royal family to dealing with relentless media intrusion. Khan, like many of us, felt for them, especially when they discussed the personal toll of their decision to step away from royal duties. One of the key moments that left many of us stunned was the withdrawal of Harry and Meghan's security. They revealed that despite facing constant threats and dangers, they were left without proper protection once they stepped back from their royal roles. James O'Brien and Sadiq Khan both found this particularly troubling. Khan highlighted how vulnerable this made the couple, pointing out that no one should ever be left exposed like that, especially not a high-profile couple like Harry and Meghan. Security in this case wasn't just a luxury, it was a necessity for their safety and well-being. Now let's talk about one of the most shocking parts of the Oprah interview, the comments about the potential skin color of Harry and Meghan's child. Meghan shared how certain members of the royal family had questioned what their child's skin color would be, which sent shockwaves across the world. This was a key point in the conversation between James O'Brien and Sadiq Khan. Khan, who has mixed-race family members, expressed just how deeply hurtful and damaging these kinds of comments are. He spoke passionately about how this kind of racism has no place in society, and how it affected Meghan, who had already faced so much as a woman of color in the public eye. Sadiq Khan also took a moment to highlight the positive impact Meghan has had on the world. He said Meghan has touched people's lives in ways that nobody else has, especially those from diverse backgrounds. Khan reflected on how she's become an inspiration for many people, particularly women of color, showing them that it's possible to stand firm in your beliefs and make a difference, despite the obstacles. He pointed out how much Meghan has achieved in such a short amount of time, and how unfair it is for the media to continue painting her in such a negative light. At the heart of Sadiq Khan's words was the call for empathy and understanding, especially around race. He said that it's not okay to judge people based on their skin color, and that this mindset has to change. He added that, as a society, we need to take responsibility for these biases and work toward creating a world where people are not judged for things that have nothing to do with their character. And, as we know, Meghan has faced far more than her fair share of scrutiny due to the color of her skin, a problem that's only worsened by the media's portrayal of her. By the end of the interview, it was clear that Sadiq Khan feels deeply for Harry and Meghan. He empathized with their pain and called out the media for its harmful role in shaping their public image. Khan reminded us that the struggles of Harry and Meghan go far beyond just their personal lives. They're a reflection of the deeper issues around race, security, and fairness in our society. Their journey, their decision to leave the royal family, and their fight for justice are part of a much bigger conversation about how we treat people, especially people of color, in the public eye. So, what do you think, Sussex Squad? Do you agree with Sadiq Khan's perspective? Can we, as a society, learn from the struggles that Harry and Meghan have faced, and do better when it comes to race, media treatment, and empathy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Sadiq Khan's interview with James O'Brien, make sure to hit the like button, share, and subscribe for more updates on Harry and Meghan. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.